Okay, greetings everybody. So we're going to start. Before we start our practice, I want to say that in Kemetic yoga, in YogaSkills method, it's not all about movement and physical aspects of the practice. When it comes to yoga, in general, we have like three main aspects of it. The first and foundational aspect of yoga and Kemetic yoga is philosophy. So philosophy means that we have a worldview, we have a perspective of how we view reality. So we deal with this word cosmology. Cosmology is the study of the nature of the universe. What is the nature of the universe? What is really the nature of reality? Okay, and so when we start to deal with yoga, that's what we're working with. We're working with this philosophical idea of what is real, what is not real, where does everything come from, and so on and so forth. The second aspect is going to be meditation, movements, and postures. So in the modern yoga world, most of the emphasis is placed upon the physical. So people say, I want to do Ashtanga yoga, I want to do Vinyasa flow yoga, I want to do all these different types of yoga because I want to develop my physical body. You know, I want to lose weight, I want to get more flexible, and so on and so forth. And there's nothing wrong with those type of goals, but those are more like a secondary aspect, but they are important. So today, we're going to be working with our flow sequences in Kemetic yoga, okay? So we're going to be working with moving from one pose into the next. The thing that's important that we have to differentiate when we're practicing Kemetic yoga is understanding two concepts. One is called rule of four breathing. Rule of four breathing means that each breath that we take is divided into four parts. What are those four parts? Inhalation, a slight pause after the inhalation, exhalation, and then a slight pause after the exhalation. So those are the four parts. So that's what's called rule of four breathing. Rule of four breathing does not mean count to four. It means that each breath is divided into four parts. We combine or we structure our practice where we are combining our breathing along with our movement. And so we want the breath to match the movement. We want the breath to match the postures, okay? And so there's a certain point where we are inhaling into the pose and then we are exhaling. In general, we go into the stretching part of the pose on the exhalation. So what does that tell you? Before you exhale, you have to do what? You have to inhale. Okay? And so if you understand that when I go into the stretch, I have to exhale, that's informing you on when you need to inhale. You need to inhale at some point before you know that you're going to go into that extension of your body. So what we want to do is be able to achieve a flowing motion with our body where we are combining our breath with the geometric movement of the body. By geometric, what do I mean? I mean that we're going step by step, okay? We're going from a simple form into an increasingly complex form, okay? That's what's meant by geometric progression. So in geometry, you may start with a straight line. Then that straight line turns into a triangle. Then that triangle may turn into a hexagram or something, I don't know. You know, some kind of different shape and form and stuff, right? And so we're talking about geometry, but what happens is that even if you go into that intricate form, you reverse your sequence to bring yourself out of that posture, right? So, and then everything is done in coordination with your breath. Another important aspect of our practice is tongue connection. We want the tip of the tongue to touch the middle of the hard palate, right at the roof of the mouth. That's very, very, very important. It's fundamental to our practice. Because what are we doing when we're practicing kinetic yoga and YogaSkills method? We're working with energy. We're working with healing. We're not just working with, I'm going to stretch my hamstrings and stretch my latissimus dorsi and strengthen my abdominal muscles, my core muscles, right? We're working with moving energy and life force through the body. If you don't have life force moving in your body, what does that mean? That means that you're not really alive anymore. Your body is dead. When your life force leaves your body, that's what we call death, okay? And so we want to enhance that movement of life force. We want to increase the amount of life force that's moving through the body. And so that's why we breathe in the way that we do. The tongue connection facilitates the connection between the two opposite energy flows in the body. Just like when you turn on a light switch and you hear that little click and then the light comes on, that click is one circuit connecting with the other circuit, click, and then the negative charge connecting with the positive charge, and then you get a current, you get a flow of electricity through the wire that goes into the bulb and excites the molecules or the particles within the bulb, right? And it causes the light to glow, right? And so that's what we're working with our body. Our body is an electrical system. So we're working with the electrical system of the body to cause this movement, this flow of energy, this flow of current through the body, okay? And when we look at all of the different symbols and stuff from ancient Kemetic, when we see those images of the snake, those images of the snake are symbolic representations of the movement of energy. Just like when you see your medical symbol, you see a staff with two snakes going up the staff, and then the wings at the top. This is an ancient Kemetic symbol. And so we achieve that symbol, we achieve what that symbol represents in the real form by keeping the tip of the tongue connected to the roof of the mouth, and by breathing, using rule of 4 breathing, and by moving using geometric progression. Okay, that makes sense? All right.